Hello, my name is Fadul Nabanin San Howard with student number 12, 12, 39, 13, and 3. In this time, I will explain about green synthesis. As we know that today our earth is very dirty because of the many industries that dispose of hazardous waste like carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide that is making a greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is a process where certain gas in the Earth atmosphere trap heat emitted by the Earth's surface, leading to global warming. And how the process of greenhouse effect like, and this is the process. The first is from the solar radiation. The sun emits energy rays to Earth, mostly in the form of ultraviolet and visible light. Most of these rays pass through the Earth's atmosphere and reach the surface. Absorb. Then the second is the absorption and the reflection. The Earth's surface absorbs most of this energy and then reflect it back into the atmosphere as infrared radiation or heat. And then these heat are trapping in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor trap this infrared radiation. These gases absorb and re-radiate the heat back to the Earth's surface, preventing it from escaping into space. As a result, this trapped heat causes an increase in the Earth's average surface temperature, known as global warming. And the main greenhouse gases is carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide that produced by the burning of fossil fuels such as oil, natural gas, and coal, as well as deforestation. There is another gases like methane. Methane produced by agricultural activities, disgustion of livestock, and decay of organic waste. And then nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide produced by the use of nitrogen-based fertilizer in agricultural and industrial process. And there is one more gases named chlorof- chlorofluorocarbons. Man-made compound used in refrigerants and aerosol sprays, although their use has been significantly restricted due to their negative impact on the ozone layer. And the impact of global warming is the rise in average temperature. Increase the global temperatures lead to extreme climate change. And then this global warming caused the melting of polar ice. Melting ice at the north and south poles cause sea level rise. And then this global warming caused the weather pattern change. Weather becomes more extreme with increased occurrence of storm, flood, drought, and heat wave. And this global warming also impact on ecosystem. Many animal and plant species are threatened due to rapid habitat and environmental change. And this global warming also impact to the losses economic costs associated with tackling natural disaster and environmental damage increase. By understanding the mechanism of the greenhouse effect and its impact, we can make more effort to reduce greenhouse gas emission and find more environmentally friendly solution. In this occasion, I got the topic 10, namely mechanism reaction. Where in this article review, I will discuss about green synthesis. namely carbon dioxide conversion. As we know today, there are many industrial plants throughout the country where most of these factories use fuel in the form of fossil fuels whose combustion produce carbon dioxide. The release of carbon dioxide from these industries has a very bad impact in life on Earth, where the release of carbon dioxide will be trapped in the atmosphere and create a greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is a phenomenon that occurs due to the accumulation of compounds in the atmosphere. These compounds cannot exit and leave the Earth due to the Earth's own gravitational force, which these compounds have their own weight that makes them stuck by the Earth's gravity. As a result of the accumulation of these compounds, the greenhouse effect occurs. When the sun emits the energy rays to the earth, most of which are ultraviolet and visible rays. Most of these rays penetrate the earth atmosphere and reach the earth's surface. The earth's surface absorbs most of this energy and then reflect it back into the atmosphere in the form of infrared radiation or heat. The greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor, capture this infrared radiation. These gases absorb and reflect heat back to the Earth's surface, preventing it from escaping into space. As a result, this trapped heat causes an increase in the average temperature of the Earth's surface, known as global warming. As we know, the heat provided by the sun is actually very useful for life on Earth. Solar heat is a very important source of energy and has various beneficial use for life on Earth. Here are some of the main benefits of solar heat. Solar heat is the main source of energy for photosynthesis, the process by which plants, algae, and some of bacteria convert the sunlight into chemical energy stored in the form of glucose. Photosynthesis is the basis of the Earth's food chain and ecosystem. Sunlight also helps heat the Earth's surface, creating a climate that allows life to thrive. Without the sun's heat, the Earth's temperature would be too cold to support life. Exposure to sunlight also helps the human body produce vitamin D, which is essential for bone health and immune function. The sun's heat can also be converted into electrical energy using solar panel technology and solar heating. Solar energy is a clean and sustainable renewable energy source. Solar water heating technology uses the sun's heat to heat water in households and industries, reducing the need for energy from fossil sources. Solar heat is also used to dry agricultural products such as grains, fruit, and vegetables, which help maintain quality and extend the shelf life of these products. Methods such as solar desalination also use solar energy to evaporate seawater and convert it into fresh water, helping to provide clean water in water-stressed area. Solar heat can also be used to treat biological waste and convert it into energy through process such as anaerobic digestion and waste drying. However, everything in life is best utilized when it is in its proper portion. which is also the case with the solar heat received by Earth. Actually, the solar heat received by the Earth from time to time is always same. However, due to the greenhouse effect, the sun's heat, which should be reflected back outside the Earth, is instead trapped in the atmosphere and reflected back to the Earth. This is what makes the Earth hotter than solid be. There are many compounds that cause global warming, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor. But the compound most responsible for warming is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is one of the most abundant greenhouse gases in the atmosphere due to human activity. Every time we burn fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas or engage in deforestation activities, we release large amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This means carbon dioxide accounts for the largest portion of the human caused increase in the greenhouse effect. Carbon dioxide has a long residence time in the atmosphere, often hundreds to thousands of years. This means once carbon dioxide is released, it remains in the atmosphere for a very long time, contributing to global warming and long term. Although other greenhouse gases, such as methane, are more efficient at trapping heat per molecule, carbon dioxide absorbs and emits infrared radiation at specific wavelengths that are very effective at contributing to atmospheric warming. Since carbon dioxide exists in much larger quantity, its total contribution to global warming is more significant. Carbon dioxide is released in large quantities as a result of various vital human activities, such as power generation, transportation, and industrial production. Our reliance on fossil fuels for energy makes carbon dioxide the main greenhouse gas produced by human activity. Carbon dioxide also affects the natural carbon cycle. Higher concentration of carbon dioxide increase positive feedback effect, such as ocean acidification, which reduce the ocean ability to absorb carbon dioxide, thus exacerbating the problem. Moreover, in this day and age, technology must be developed that have low carbon output, or even technologies that can utilize and convert carbon into something that has value. With this kind of technology, there will be two very good benefits, namely the economic benefits of processing carbon dioxide, and also the other benefit of reducing carbon dioxide emission, which can reduce global warming. Because of this complex global problem, I would like to explore the study of reducing carbon emissions. The topic I choose in this review is green synthesis, which will focus on the synthesis of carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonates. Cyclic carbonates have various applications that are very useful in the industry and technology. Here are some of the main use of cyclic carbonates. Cyclic carbonates such as ethylene carbonate and propylene carbonate are often used as solvent in various industrial applications. They have good solvent properties and are biodegradable, making them a greener option compared to traditional solvent and are more toxic. Cyclic carbonates are used as components in lithium ion battery electrolytes. electrolytes. They help improve battery stability and performance, including energy storage capacity and battery life. Some types of cyclic carbonates have antimicrobial activity and are used in the manufacture of sanitary and pharmaceutical products to inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria and microorganisms. Cyclic carbonates are important precursors in the synthesis of polycarbonate, a plastic known for its strength, heat resistance, and optical quality. Polycarbonates are used in a variety of products, including optical lens, electronic device, and ballistic armor. Cyclic carbonates are used as additives in coating and paint formulation to improve the performance and the durability of the final product. They help improve adhesion, resistance to scratching, and chemical resistance. Cyclic carbonates can be used as intermediates in the synthesis of variety of other chemicals, including lubricants, plastic, and specialty chemicals. They serve as building blocks in more complex chemical reactions. Cyclic carbonates are used in the manufacture of lightweight yet strong composite material, often used in the automotive and aerospace industries to reduce weight and improve fuel efficiency. Some research suggests that cyclic carbonates can be used in biomedical application, including as matrix for drug delivery and in tissue engineering technique. With this wide range of application, cyclic carbonates play an important role in many aspects of modern life and technology. Cyclic carbonates are called environmentally friendly for the following reasons. Carbonates can be produced from renewable resources such as carbon dioxide taken from the air or industrial emissions, thus helping to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This process reduces the impact of greenhouse gases that contribute to global warming. The cyclic carbonate synthesis process often involve efficient reaction and produce little or no harmful byproducts. The catalysts used in this process are also designed to be eco-friendly and non-toxic, which reduce the environmental impact of the production process. Some cyclic carbonates are biodegradable, which means they can be broken down naturally by microorganisms in the environment without leaving harmful residue. This makes them safer to use in application with potential exposure to the environment. Cyclic carbonates can be used in place of more toxic and environmentally damaging chemicals. For example, they can replace harmful organic solvent in the formulation of coating, paints, and other industrial products. The use of cyclic carbonates in lithium ions battery increase their efficiency and battery life, which in turn support renewable energy technology and reduce depends on fossil energy source. The process of making cyclic carbonate from carbon dioxide helps to reduce waste by converting waste gas into a value added product. It is it is a form of waste reutilization that is beneficial to the environment. The green synthesis and the application of cyclic carbonates in economic and environmental benefits of cyclic carbonates is the cost efficiency. The process of converting carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonates can be cost effective, particularly when utilizing waste of carbon dioxide from industrial process. This adds economic value by turning a waste into product by turning a waste product into a commercially useful material. And this application reduces the dependency on petroleum. By using carbon dioxide as a feedstock, the reliance on petroleum-based chemicals is reduced, supporting a shift toward more sustainable chemical manufacturing practice. And this application also reduce the greenhouse gas emission by capturing carbon dioxide emissions and converting them into valuable products. The overall carbon footprint of industrial process is reduced, contributing to the mitigation of climate change. The technological advancement in carbon dioxide utilization. The innovative the carbon dioxide as innovative catalyst. Researchers are developing new catalysts that enhance the efficiency and selectivity of carbon dioxide conversion process. These include metal organic framework and enzyme-based catalysts, which can operate under milder conditions and improve reaction rates. And then the integration with renewable energy. The integration of carbon dioxide conversion technologies with renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power can be further reduce the environmental impact. This synergy allows for the storage of renewable energy in the form of chemical bonds within cyclic carbonates. The development of hybrid materials. Combining cyclic carbonates with other materials to create hybrid composites can lead to the development of new material with enhanced properties for specific application such as improved mechanical strength, thermal stability, and biodegradability. Potential research area and future direction. The optimization of reaction condition. Further research is needed to optimize the reaction condition for carbon dioxide conversion, including temperature, pressure, and catalyst concentration to maximize yield and efficiency. The exploration of new feedstock. Expanding the range of feedstock that can be used for carbon dioxide conversion, such as agricultural waste or biomass, can provide additional source of raw materials and enhance sustainability. The life cycle assessment. Conducting comprehensive life cycle assessment of carbon dioxide conversion process and resulting cyclic carbonates can provide valuable insights into the environmental benefit and trade-off, helping to guide future improvement. Green synthesis of carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonates represent a promising approach to addressing the global challenge of carbon emission. By leveraging advanced catalysts, integrating with renewable energy, and exploring innovative application, this technology has the potential to make a significant impact on reducing greenhouse gases and promoting sustainable industrial practice. Expanding on the potential of green synthesis, transforming carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonate not only address carbon emission but also enhance various industrial application. Utilizing renewable resource and innovative catalysts, this process efficiently converts waste carbon dioxide into valuable cyclic carbonates such as ethylene carbonate and propylene carbonate. These compounds, known for their exceptional solvent properties and biodegradability, Find application in lithium-ion battery electrolytes, enhancing battery stability and lifespan. Additionally, their antimicrobial properties makes them suitable for use in sanitary and pharmaceutical products. As key precursors in polycarbonate production, cyclic carbonates contribute to the creation of strong, heat-resistant, and optically clear plastic used in numerous products. From optical lens to electronic device, in coating and paint, they improve adhesion, scratch resistance, and chemical durability. Moreover, cyclic carbonates serve as intermediates in synthesizing various chemicals, support the production of lubricant, plastic, and specialty chemicals. Their role in composite material production, in particularly in the automotive and aerospace industry, highlight their importance in developing lightweight, fuel-efficient components. Research also explore their potential in biomedical applications such as drug delivery and tissue engineering. Two cyclic carbonates play a crucial role in advancing sustainable industrial practice, reducing reliance on fossil-based chemical and support the transition to a greener, more eco-friendly future. In this review, I took two journals that are interconnected, where the first journal is entitled Perspective on Green Synthesis and Catalysts, which discuss new strategies to achieve more environmentally friendly chemical synthesis with green catalyst approach. Here are the main points of the journal. The first is the background. Challenge in traditional chemical synthesis. Many traditional organic chemical reactions generate hazardous waste, require extreme conditions, and have low atomic efficiency. The develop efficient and environmentally safe synthesis method by utilizing natural resource and green energy. The second is the green strategies in synthesis. Use of environmentally friendly reagents. Grignard reaction in water. Modification of the classic reaction using indium metal as a catalyst to facilitate the Grignard reaction in aqueous media. Optimize reaction involving direct activation of CH bond without functional group protection. And then cross dehydrogenative coupling, an innovative technique to combine two CH bond using an oxidizer, producing only H2 as a byproduct. CDC enables the synthesis of a wide range of bioactive compounds, including phenylalanine, derivative, and short-chain peptides. And the third utilization of natural resource, natural feedstock. Use lignin, carbohydrate, and nitrogen gas to produce important chemical compound. Carbon dioxide conversion. Use of catalyst to convert carbon dioxide into valuable products such as cyclic carbon. And the fourth is green energy utilization. Photochemistry. The use of light to induce reaction without metals, including trifluoromethylation and iodization of aromatics. Electrochemistry. Electrons from electricity are used to reduce the need of stoichiometric oxidant, reduce waste, and increase efficiency. And the last is the conclusion. Green synthesis is still at an early stage of its development, with many potential innovation yet to be explored. In this journal, the development of efficiency and environmentally safe synthesis methods utilizing natural resource and green energy is emphasized. Then the point that I will take from this journal is about the utilization of natural resource, namely the conversion of carbon dioxide into valuable products such as cyclic carbonates. Overall, this journal raises a problem that is will be affecting humanity in the future: the use of fossil fuel based energy. As we know that fossil fuels are not renewable natural resource. If we do not find alternative to these fuels, then the future will be difficult. Besides its existence, that will soon run out. The combustion of fossil fuels also produce carbon dioxide. As I discussed earlier, carbon dioxide plays a huge role in global warming. Therefore, we as young engineers must be able to overcome this challenge with efficiency, safety, and sustainability in mind. Can we take all the naturally abundant carbon resources, including carbon dioxide, natural gas, petroleum, renewable biomass, and synthetic plastic waste, to convert them directly, easily, and cleanly into chemical products needed by our society? Can we have a better engineer design to minimize safety concern? Can we have a simple and efficient method to spread the friendly cattle the can we have a simple and efficient method to separate the product from its mixture? Most of these questions require innovation in synthesis and eco-friendly catalysts to create the answer. Modern chemical process rely heavily on fossil-based resources. However, with some research, it will soon be realized that nature offers diverse resource sets such as carbohydrate, lignin, amino acids, and nitrogen gas as promising alternative. In addition, developing methods for the efficient transformation of natural gas and transformation. However, the direct use of natural compound in chemical synthesis is often challenging as they are either chemically inert or have redundant functionalities, make them incompatible with traditional chemical approach. Therefore, exploiting the novel reactivity should be a focus in the research of the younger generation. As one of the well-known greenhouse gases, the increasing carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere poses environmental problem. One approach to counter carbon dioxide emission is to design synthetic method to utilize carbon dioxide in producing bulk chemical or valuable chemicals. Synthetic cyclic carbonates and polycarbonates are one of the conventional approach to utilize carbon dioxide. Considering this, a method was developed to produce cyclic carbonates by directly incorporating carbon dioxide into olefins with N-bromosuccinimide together with DBU in water or using a number of bromide catalysts with peroxide. In this first journal, the issues raised are more about finding synthetic methods or techniques that are more environmentally friendly, non-hazardous technique, and also using natural material as an alternative to fossil fuels. In this journal, the author emphasized that we should increase our interest in techniques that can synthesize natural compound. The challenge of synthesizing natural compound is that these compounds have inert properties which can no longer be understood by traditional chemistry. The point that I emphasize from this journal is the green synthesis, namely the synthesis of carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonate. Although the carbon dioxide conversion part is not emphasized in this journal, I have a journal that can complete the synthesis of carbon dioxide to cyclic carbonate in detail. Okay, let's move to the second journal with the title Bibliographic Survey of the Strategies Implemented for the one-pot synthesis of cyclic carbonates from styrene and other alkanes using carbon dioxide and green oxidants, which was published in the Journal of Carbon Dioxide Utilization in 2022. Here is the summary. The first is background. Cyclic carbonates are important compounds with many applications, such as in polar solvent, paints, lithium battery, and pharmaceuticals. The conversion of carbon dioxide to cyclic carbonate is an environmentally friendly process, replacing toxic reagents such as phosgen. Research focused on one-pot synthesis of cyclic carbonates from alkanes such as styrene using carbon dioxide and green oxidant like H2O2 and dioxygen. The second is one-pot synthesis strategy. The main process is epoxidation of alkanes using green oxidant. Cycloaddition of carbon dioxide with epoxides to produce cyclic carbonates. Catalyst and condition. Metal-based catalysts like TEMO and CR or quaternary ammonium are often used. The reaction is carried out at low carbon dioxide pressure and moderate temperature for efficiency. The third is main result, process efficiency. Orthogonal and one-pot process successfully produce styrene carbonate with yield up to 70 until 19%. Under optimized condition, the use of H2O2 as oxidant produce greener cyclic carbonates compared to other hydroperoxides. Heterogeneous catalysts. Several metal organic catalysts and silica-based material are used for epoxidation and cycloaddition. These catalysts are recyclable, but their efficiency reduced after a few cycles. The fourth is challenge and the future direction. Use of dioxygen as a green oxidant. Dioxygen is considered the best green oxidant, but it is difficult to control in the synthesis. Reusable catalyst. Research is focused on developing heterogeneous catalysts to improve process sustainability and efficiency. This journal offers important insight into the combination of green oxidants and carbon dioxide for the synthesis of cyclic carbonates, making it a more environmentally friendly approach in modern chemistry. This journal opens by discussing the cyclic carbonates as the key compound with a large scope of application. Their one-pot synthesis from cheap and available alkanes using carbon dioxide and oxidant has gained great attention from an economic perspective. Furthermore, their synthesis under relatively low temperature and carbon dioxide pressure with various oxidants such as alkyl peroxide, H2O2 and dioxygen could lead to an increasingly sustainable preparation route. Over the last 2 decades, some advances have been made in the development of catalytic system affording direction of carbon dioxide with epoxide under progressively milder condition which a prerequisite for the whole process. This review confers the state of art of the one-pot synthesis of cyclic carbonates from alkanes, mainly mainly styrene, carbon dioxide, and oxidants, with focus on catalysts working under moderate temperature and low carbon dioxide pressure in the presence of green reagents such as dioxide and to a lesser extent H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. Procedures leading to a step economic pathway will be especially emphasized. Catalytic systems involving the two steps leading to an oxidative carboxylation of alkanes are key issues that will be addressed in this review. The carbon dioxide problem is at the heart of the greenhouse effect. Our reliance on fossil fuels and the urgent need for effective solution to combat climate change. Carbon dioxide is a major greenhouse gas accumulating in the atmosphere and trapping heat, which leads to global warming and climate disruption. This problem is exacerbated by our heavy dependence on fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas for energy production, transportation, and industrial activities. The burning of these fuels releases vast amounts of carbon dioxide, contributing significantly to the greenhouse effect. Addressing this issue requires a multifaceted approach that includes transitioning to renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power, improving energy efficiency, and implementing carbon capture and storage technology. Additionally, promoting reforestation and protecting existing forests can help sequester carbon dioxide, while advancing green synthesis methods such as converting carbon dioxide into useful chemical like cyclic carbonate can provide valuable solution. Reducing carbon dioxide emission is critical to mitigating the impact of climate change and ensuring a sustainable future for our planet. Okay, the next is green chemistry as a sustainable approach. The first is efficient reaction. Green synthesis aims to minimize waste and maximize atom economy. The second is the renewable resources. Utilizing natural resources like biomass and carbon dioxide to replace fossil fuels. The third is eco-friendly catalysts. Developing catalysts that are non-toxic and reusable for sustainable production. Okay, next, the versatility of cyclic carbonates. The first is the solvent. Cyclic carbonates serve as greener alternative to traditional solvent. Second is the lithium-ion battery. The enhanced battery performance, and stability. And the third is as a polymers. Cyclic carbonates are used in the production of polycarbonates, a strong and versatile plastic. Okay, let's move to the carbon dioxide conversion into cyclic carbonates reaction. The first is the epoxidation. Alkanes are react with green oxidant, high hydrogen peroxide to form epoxides. And the second is the cycloaddition. Carbon dioxide react with the epoxide to form the cyclic carbonate. And the third is the one-pot synthesis. Combining these steps in a single reactor improve efficiency and reduce waste. Okay, this is the reaction of carbon dioxide conversion into cyclic carbonates. The cycloaddition of carbon dioxide to epoxide to produce cyclic carbonates catalyzed by quaternary ammonium salt, usually involving halides, is a 100% atoms economical efficient process that has been industrialized for more than 40 years. However, reaction conditions are generally drastic. Nowadays, new catalysts have been developed for this reaction, enabling milder conditions that are compatible with the oxidation of alkanes. The activation of the epoxide by Lewis acid and or the use of more performant Lewis base are direction intensively investigate to lower the reaction condition. Next, compared to epoxides, alkanes are considered as more interesting owing to their better availability, lower price, and lower toxicity, thus encouraging the development of one-pot process for their conversion into cyclic carbonates in the presence of carbon oxide and oxidant. The formation of cyclic carbonates from alkanes and a mixture of dioxygen and carbon dioxide in the presence of a cobalt-based oxidation catalyst and a series of quaternary ammonium was patented by Verdal in 1962. Since this process was regularly claimed to be much more environment friendly, no waste, no toxicity, and then the other routes of synthesis such as the conversion of the same epoxide into an intermediate diol that later reacts. From the literature, typical one-pot methodologies starting from alkanes may be classified either as a two-step sequential epoxidation of the olefin using various oxidants and cycloaddition of carbon dioxide onto the epoxide from route 1, or as a simultaneous oxidative and carboxylative path in route 2. In some cases, use of hypohalides as oxidants, halodurans, are formed instead of epoxide in route 3 and transformed into cyclic carbonate by reaction with carbon dioxide. Nevertheless, due to the stoichiometric production of HX waves like for postgenation and consequently the use of stoichiometric amount of base B. The route 3 should be avoided In the opinion of the industry itself, this road will not be further considered in the present preview. And next, the concept of one-pot catalyst process comes into at least three subcategories as described by Voigt. At first sight, auto-tandem catalyst, where a single catalyst, here defined as oxycat, is involved in mechanistically distinct reaction in a single reactor, appears as the most seducing approach. Alternative options are non-one-pot catalyst and orthogonal catalyst, both involving two catalysts, one for each step, oxcat and CCat for the epoxidation and cycloaddition, respectively. In orthogonal catalysts, oxcat and CCat are introduced together at the beginning of the transformation. On the contrary, in the one-pot reaction, KiCad is added only once the epoxidation step catalyzed by oxcat is complete. Okay, the next is key catalyst and condition. The first is quaternary ammonium salts. These catalysts are commonly used for the cycloaddition step. And the second is the moderate temperature. The reaction is typically conducted at moderate temperature of for optimal efficiency. And the last is a low carbon dioxide pressure. The reaction can be carried out at relatively low carbon dioxide pressure. Okay, the next is the challenge and future direction from synthesis of carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonates. The first is oxidant optimization. Finding the right oxidant that can efficiently drive the conversion of carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonates is a significant challenge. The oxidant must be effective at low concentration and under mild conditions to be economically and environmentally viable. The second is the catalyst development. Developing catalysts that are both highly selective and active for carbon dioxide conversion is crucial. These catalysts need to be stable, reusable, and capable of operating under ambient conditions to be practical for industrial application. And the third is process integration. Integrating the carbon dioxide conversion process into existing industrial system pose challenge. This include ensuring compatibility with current infrastructure, optimizing reaction condition, and scaling up the process while maintaining efficiency and cost effectiveness. And in the future direction, the innovative catalyst. Research is focused on developing new catalysts, including metal organic framework and enzyme-based catalysts, which can enhance the efficiency and selectivity of the carbon dioxide conversion process. And then exploring the use of renewable feedstock, such as agricultural waste or biomass, can provide additional source of raw materials and enhance the sustainability of the process. And then the combining cyclic carbonates with the other material to create hybrid composites can lead the development of new material with enhanced properties for specific application. And next is the conducting comprehensive life cycle assessment of the carbon dioxide conversion process. The resulting cyclic carbonates can provide valuable insight into the environmental benefits and trade-off, helping to guide future improvement. By addressing this challenge and exploring new direction, the synthesis of carbon dioxide cyclic carbonates can become a more viable and impactful solution for reducing greenhouse gas emission and promoting sustainable industrial practice. Okay, and the last part of this review is conclusion. Conclusion towards a sustainable future. Green synthesis of cyclic carbonates from carbon dioxide offers a promising path towards a sustainable future. By harnessing the power of green chemistry, we can convert a waste product into a valuable resource, contributing to environmental protection and economic growth. In environmental benefits, there are reduction of carbon dioxide emission. Capturing and converting carbon dioxide into cyclic carbonates helps mitigate the greenhouse effect, reducing the impact of global warming. And then the sustainable resource utilization. By using carbon dioxide as a feedstock, we turn a waste product into a useful resource, promoting the circular economy and minimizing waste. And then the biodegradable product. Many cyclic carbonates are biodegradable, which means they break down naturally in the environment, reducing long-term pollution. And in the economic growth, there are creation of high-value product. Cyclic carbonates have application in producing high-performance materials such as polycarbonates used in electronics, automotive parts, and optical lens. And then in innovation in battery technology, used in lithium-ion battery. Cyclic carbonates enhance energy storage and efficiency, supporting the growth of the renewable energy sector. And then the market expansion. Developing new markets for cyclic carbonates and their derivative can drive economic growth and create job opportunities in green technology sectors. And in the technological advancement, there are the catalyst development. Innovation in catalyst design improve the efficiency and selectivity of carbon dioxide conversion processes, making them more variable, making them more viable for large-scale industrial application. And then the process integration. Integrating carbon dioxide conversion process into existing industrial infrastructure helps optimize resource use and reduce the overall carbon footprint of manufacturing operation. And in the future direction, there are research and development, continued investment in R&D and essential to enhance the efficiency and scalability of green synthesis method, ensuring their economic feasibility. In the policy support, government can support green synthesis initiative through policies and incentives that encourage the adoption of sustainable practice and the development of green technologies. And then the public awareness. Educating in the public and industry stakeholders about the benefit of green synthesis can drive demand for sustainable and product and support the transition to a greener economy. By advancing green synthesis of cyclic carbonates from carbon dioxide, we can create a sustainable future where environmental protection and economic growth go hand in hand. This approach not only addresses the pressing issue of carbon emission, but also opens up new opportunity for innovation and development in various industrial sectors. Okay, in wrapping up this discussion, it is clear that the green synthesis of cyclic carbonates from carbon dioxide represents a vital and innovative approach to addressing the dual challenges of carbon emission and sustainable industrial practice. By transforming a greenhouse gas into valuable chemical compound, we pave the way for advancement in multiple sectors while contributing to environmental protection. The synthesis not only highlights the potential of green chemistry, but also underscores the importance of continued research, technological development, and supportive policies. As we move forward, embracing such sustainable methodologies will be crucial in our collective efforts to combat climate change and foster a greener, more prosperous future. And okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you for your attention.